Well, RCB were blown away by Nicholas Puran and Marcus Stoinis in their last outing in the Chinnaswamy. They now host slightly out of form and in trouble Delhi Capitals. But there are troubles for the bowlers if we are to see a pattern of games like we did in the last at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Looking ahead to that one, Tom Moody and Ian Bishop. It's a vintage Chinnaswamy game, that last one, Tom. Lucknow just chased whatever they had to chase. It didn't matter what the equation was, and that happens so often in Bangalore. It's a different looking bowling attack for RCB. We look at their track record and they're only second to worst before Delhi when it comes to winning at home. They'll have to find ways to defend these big scores if they are going to make advantage of this home ground. How do they do that?
Yeah, it's a very challenging stadium for bowlers to defend any sort of total, particularly if you've got a good surface, which it looks like it is a good surface there, and I'm sure that will remain. I think RCB will have the advantage of the inclusion of Hasaranga. So Wanindu Hasaranga is a wicket taker, which is one of the ways you can prevent things, blowing out of control. And I also feel that Harshal Patel is one that needs to really step up. He hasn't quite hit his straps yet, so I think that his ability and what his reputation has been, or has developed as a very good defensive bowler, needs to start to come to the party, particularly at that home venue.
I mean, there's no surprise, Bish, that if you look at the runs per over at IPL venues in India, the Chinnaswamy is higher than any other venue. Though, funny enough, Mohammad Siraj, in his 2 home games there against Mumbai and Lucknow, has gone 1 for 21 and then 3 for 22 or 4 over. So he's doing something right.
Yeah,
what's he doing right?
Obviously feels comfortable. I thought in that last game, he went to Eden Gardens, I think it was, and he was all over the place.
Yes.
It looked as though he was just being too experimental. And certainly his 2 starts at the Chinnaswamy was more of a test line and a test length of consistency. At the back end of the first one, he went for a few, but he was just really good all the way through in that last game. So I think they'll require him to do the same. David Willey is another one. If he continues to go in the 11, he's been bowling well, and I think they can spread his overs out across the innings if they're struggling with that death bowling. He again is certainly another one that they can look to, because he's done it before at international level.
Quick call on team news though. Hasaranga, if he's in, would he come in for Willey? Would he come in for Parnell? Because Maxwell and Faf will play. Yeah.
I would have thought he'd come in for Parnell, even though Parnell had the decent game first up. But I think Willey sort of had the nod first and hasn't done a lot wrong.
All right. And as far as the Delhi Capitals go, it looks like it's already at a point of no return with how tough it is to make the top 4 in a 10-team IPL. Bish, do you see anything changing?
Well, it has to, really. I mean, you go 0-4.
Yeah. I mean, they could lose another, so it doesn't have to. But they are struggling. The David Warner question comes in. I mean, could they rejig personnel? Rovman Powell looks low on confidence again.
I was disappointed in them batting Rovman Powell where they batted him. He's best served. He can't hide from wrist spin forever. And Hasaranga, if Hasaranga plays, will certainly target him wherever he comes in the innings. But I think he's best served in that final 5 phase of the innings. And David can't hide either.
Yeah.
David's got to come out. If you can't go quickly at the Chinnaswamy, if he gets in, you won't go quickly in too many places.
It looked like they had to go with the 2 overseas seamers last game, Tom.
Yep.
The batting isn't quite coming to the party. Is there a case once again to visit a different overseas combination?
Yeah, I think, Mitch Marsh is back, so I think he'll come into the side. So I think, obviously, Warner at the top, and he'll welcome playing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Marsh will come in at 3, and I think they have to play, particularly at that venue, both Mustafizur and Nokia. So,
Powell will miss out.
Yeah, I think Powell will probably miss out.
All right, gentlemen, more when we get to that game. Big thank you to Tom Moody and Ian Bishop. This was our preview to Bangalore versus Delhi. It's the afternoon game on Saturday in the IPL on ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout.